Last night, I'm sure you've heard by now, baseball and America lost a legend. Yogi Berra passed at the age of 90. Not just a baseball icon, an American icon. And even people who didn't follow the game learned of Yogi Berra, and probably many, George, and you were fortunate enough to call him a good friend, didn't realize how great a player he was. He's probably better known for all of the malaprops through the years.
Well, one of my proudest things I have at home is a ball signed by him and DiMaggio and Mantle that I have at home. And at an Old Timers Day, 1982, got everybody to sign it while they were there at the ballpark. It was funny. Drew, this ball goes foul. Don Zimmer, who loved the horses, loved to bet them. And Don and I and Yogi on an off day one time, they said, "You rent the car, you're driving." And they take me to, literally up somewhere in San Francisco in California, and it was like wood shacks you bet in. So you know we're out some crazy place. We're driving back, and Yogi goes, "Hey, you're going to make 2 bends up here, and I want you to turn right down that road." So what, you got to go bathroom or something? I mean, we're out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
I turn right, and I go down through these tall pines, redwoods, or what do you want to call them. You get down there, and about halfway down, I start seeing smoke. We pull in there, and there's this U-shaped restaurant. He said, "Best barbecue anywhere." Really? In the middle of nowhere. I mean, there's not a sign on the road. There's nothing. So we walk in. I go to the left. "Hey, Yogi, how you doing? Great to see you again." Come in. They start bringing food. And he goes, "Hey, your buddy's around the corner." Now, wait a second. Now, hold on a minute. Now, you know what? Yogi's from New York. Good pitch. Good strikeout. How many people does he know in Northern California in the middle of a pine forest at a barbecue restaurant? Bobby Knight. He's in there eating.
Is that right?
You guys got to be kidding me. How do you find this place? Yeah, it's a great day.
Well, everybody has a favorite Yogiism as Andrew McCutchen steps up. So here's some facts about his career that you may be unaware of. There's a strike. Yogi played 75 World Series games. I think a lot of people realize that more than anybody else. The active leader right now is Yadier Molina with 21, to give you an idea. Fouled off. 0-2 on McCutchen. How about this one, George? On 117 occasions, back when doubleheaders were regularly played, he caught both ends.
Oh, that was all. He always bragged to me about it. Well, you want to take the second one off? I get hits off that guy. Think about that.
Three-time MVP.
Did it 3 days in a row on those doubleheaders, by the way, in 1953. Think about that. 54 innings of baseball.
Looked like he went.
I think he went.
So Yogi has 3 MVPs.
10 World Series rings.
Yep. Campanella had 3. DiMaggio had 3. Jimmy Fox had 3. Stan Musial had 3. Albert Pujols 3. A-Rod 3. The only guy with more than 3 ever was Bonds. Barry Bonds had 7. I like. If you come to a fork in the road, take it.
Right. I'll tell you another quick funny story. We all went to the racetrack in Arlington Park one day in Chicago. And it's Lou Piniella, Bobby Mercer, big horse guys, myself, I owned some at the time, and Yogi and Don Zimmer, and there's a table. I mean, there's 20 of us here. Yeah, probably going to sneak its way through. Every single race, Yogi would just say, "Put 10 on number 8. That's all he'd ever say. Frazier, go put 10 on 8 for him.
On his number.
Right, I do it. So about the 8th race, Piniella just lambasted him. You got to be kidding me. Yogi finished last every time. I got the winner right here. It's number 2. Yogi, all right, here, give you 20, go bet it. 8, wire to wire.
He wasn't happy, huh?
Lou didn't come back for like an hour. He just stayed gone.
1 out, McCutchen at first. He's got 10 stolen bases. Starling Marte's at the plate. Remember, Too Short was a big hangout in New York, and he said, "Yogi, you going there later?" No, too crowded. Nobody goes here anymore.
Well, the one that probably jumps out at me, and he's said it numerous times, been used numerous times, that should always go to other people's funerals, otherwise they won't come to yours.
Makes sense.
Remember, he told me one time, Japan's not quite as far as it used to be. Did they move it closer?
Right.
He meant the planes were a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, you knew what he meant.
Yeah, I knew exactly what he meant. When you're around him 3 years, you hear it every day. I mean, yeah, 90% physical, mental, the rest is the other half's physical. Okay, Yogi. You know, he could have any car he wanted in New York to drive. Yeah, because they gave it to him.
Right.
Vega. I'll never forget it. Red Vega, vinyl seats, and he goes, hey, it's got air conditioning and AM. What else over? Okay.
Simple guy.
Simple guy.
How about the fact that he and another, not only baseball icon, but American icon. This ball's lifted to deep right field by Walker. And this has gone a 3-run home run. And it is 5-0 Pittsburgh. 15th home run for Walker. RBIs 64, 65, and 66.
Trying to get him out on his front foot with a changeup. Trying to put it in a very good location out of the hand of Christian Bergman on the Subaru Supermo, but it was elevated. And elevated at about 84 miles an hour, not enough separation off the fastball, and he was able to sit on it. And drove this ball to deep right field and put the Pirates on top 5-0. And while you got a little break, as Steve Foster talks to Bergman on the mound, every year, Drew, he would get these huge moving boxes put in his locker opening day. There was like 5 suits, 4 sport coats, slacks, shoes, socks, ties, everything to match. And everything fitted. Thanks, Yogi, for everything. Every 3 years in a row.
Really?
Yeah, and all just, I mean, it was beautiful clothes. Yeah.
This is fouled off by Francisco Cervelli, a former Yankee. President Obama, as is everybody, commenting on the passing of Yogi last night. Yogi Berra was an American original, a Hall of Famer, jovial prophet, and a humble veteran. Let us not forget that. We'll miss you, Yogi, but your legacy ain't over. And Yogi, though, George, correct me if I'm wrong, he never spoke about it publicly, but he was at Normandy on D-Day.
Yes, he was. Yeah, and he wouldn't talk about it publicly either. He didn't have a lot to say about it, didn't want to discuss it.
But I was starting to say, how about, again, another American icon, baseball icon. They grew up literally across the street from one another in St. Louis, in an Italian neighborhood, I think on the hill in St. Louis. Joe Garagiola and Yogi Berra.
Yeah.
And again, not just, obviously Yogi had the better baseball career than Joe did, but Joe was a longtime big leaguer, and 2 of the greatest ambassadors who had larger than life personalities.
They did, very large, and of course Joe went on to Good Morning America and you know, doing the Game of the Week and all the other stuff. The Tonight Show. I mean, there was a number of things. Today's Show, I'm sorry. He did a number of things that he did. And he's in the Hall of Fame as a broadcaster. We used to see Joe on occasion. He would do the Sunday game in Arizona for a long time, and his health, not able to do that anymore.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys you always look forward to seeing when Joe would come in and do those Sunday afternoon games in Phoenix.
I think you've heard me say many times, I loved it when Pete Sheehy, who was the bat boy when Babe Ruth got traded to the Yankees, and then Pete later became the clubhouse man for the Yankees. And I always used to go in and sit down, and I loved it about a week before Old Timers game because Whitey would be there, Mickey would be there, DiMaggio would be there. And they'd all come in early to talk to Pete and sit around the picnic tables that were in the locker room. And you could walk up, and I was always enamored with this, and I think it's missing in the game today, but I would walk up and sit down, and I'd go, hey, Yogi, or I'd go, you know, Whitey or Joe DiMaggio, what about 54? You know, how about 49? And then the stories would just start going. And I'd just sit back, and it was like story time.
Right.
Oh, man, I cherish that more than anything in the game. It was so much fun to be around those guys.
1-2 on Alvarez, and this is in the air to Barnes in center. That'll end the inning. A 3-run home run from Neil Walker, and the Pirates are up 5-0. Yogi Berra gone, but never to be forgotten. 90 years old.